Hello, Bookish Brits. My name is Andrew, and I apologise for the rain that you're probably hearing. I am recording this on Thursday when we have a massive rainstorm and a massive thunder shower. Thunderstorm. Which is the right way to say it. Anyway, today I am talking about Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling. Well, actually not Goblet of Fire in general. Something I realised while reading Goblet of Fire a few days ago. Just can see my cat's tail at the corner. I'm not paying him attention at the screen. Anyway, Goblet of Fire. This has been out since 2000. It's been out for nearly over 15 years. And the series in itself is about 1997. So, 16, 17, about 18 years this series has been out. And and I've realised something in this reread of Goblet of Fire when I'm trying to do my Harry Potter reread of the entire series in 1 year, which I've never done before, and I'm on course. I'm a bit behind schedule in my head, but I'm practically there. And there's a scene in this book, I can't remember the scene, I should have researched it and found the page so I can quote you from it. But it's the scene where, actually let me hold that there so you can actually see it. It's gonna fall. It's the scene where Harry and Draco duel, and their spells hit each other and ricochet off. So Harry's hits Goyle, and Draco's hits Hermione's. I think Goyle's has the jelly legs, and Hermione's front teeth grow rapidly. And Snape walks in. Now Snape looks at these two things, and he tells Goyle to go to the hospital wing. Just excuses him. He listens to Draco and says Potter did this, but then Harry and Ron both turn around and say, look what Draco did to Hermione. He looks at Hermione and he says the cruelest thing you can say to a child, which is, I see no difference. Which I've always known, that's always been there. That's one of the main reasons I despise Snape with unnatural passion. But I read that line, that section, stopped, reread it, that whole entire section, and suddenly something in my brain clicked. So I have to ask this question. Is Snape sexist? This just occurred to me now. And if he is, how have I not seen this sooner? How have I not seen this? And does that reflect badly on me? Because I haven't seen it. And I'm supposed to be this champion, I like the idea of equality. I like this idea that men and women should be treated equally. You should be treated equally, regardless of your gender, regardless of your sexuality, regardless of anything that defines you. You should be treated as an equal, as the next person. So reading that section made me suddenly go, oh my god, is he sexist? And made me question how I looked at his character. And the more I thought about this question, the more little things I began to go, okay. Is that me reading too much into it, or is that him actually being sexist? Like, there's a scene, again, in this book where Harry's name is called out the Goblets of Fire, and Snape's there, and he's been all, Snape, oh, it's Potter. He always wants to break the rules. And McGonagall's there, and she's furious that, Harry's name's come out. She doesn't understand it, and the officials are saying, well, he's in a magical binding contract, he can't get out. And she's freaking the crap out, going, sorry for my bad language, but she's freaking out, going, he's a child, for God's sake. Harry would never put his name on the fire willingly. He would never, ever. And the fact that, and I think we should also agree that he's not doing this for attention thing. Someone's put his name on it. And the line is, I think she says, she throws a very cold look at Snape. And that intrigues me. We know there's no love lost between McGonagall and Snape, but is there more to it than that? And if Snape is sexist, it calls into question his relationship with Lily, which we find out in Book 7, so spoiler alert if you haven't read Book 7 of Harry Potter, where he is supposed to be madly in love with her. He is in love with Lily. And then, because of that, I suddenly went, but if he's sexist, that kind of doesn't make sense, that he's in love with her and will do all this stuff to protect her child. And then it made me go, well, does he see her more as a possession, as an object? And it also refers back to with Hermione. Hermione and Lily are very, very similar. We are told constantly that Hermione is the smartest witch of her generation, and Lily is supposed to be the very same thing. If Snape is in love with Lily and knows that Lily was quite smart, wouldn't he see the comparisons with Hermione? And this brings up a whole load of questions about why I don't like Snape in general. Like, for example, basically, Lily ends their relationship after something horrific happens, and then he goes to the dark side. He goes to, become a Death Eater, and he basically throws a strop. It's like, the girl of my dreams doesn't love me. What do? I know I will do everything that I'll go against everything she stands for. And the only time he considers doing something for her, it's Snape's fault that Lily is dead. I don't like Snape, but this question about sexism really intrigued me about Snape. And not just with him, just in books in general. I mean, is there other books, like on my shelf, for example, that are hugely sexist, and I have been blinkered to it? And not just me, just us in general. Let's have this discussion about sexism and how we should define it, and how books should address this. Because it's getting to the point now where I feel like, yes, sexism does happen, and yes, we are fighting a good fight to try and, kill it, because everyone should be equal. But I feel like there are times we're failing at the same time. Not enough has been done. So, and I know this is a rambly video, and I apologise with the rain and me going, because I actually did make very good thought. I had loads of points when I thought of this video, and of course I'm filming. So, Ellie, tell me your opinions. Do you feel Snape is hugely sexist? And what is your honest opinion of Snape in general? Do you feel that he is a good character? Do you feel he's a bad character? Do you feel he's a walking, talking contradiction? Because that's what I think. I don't think he's a hero, but he's very contradictory. And also, let's talk about sexism in the YA world of YA. Is it been addressed? Is it being tackled? What can we do to bring this more to the forefront, to talk about it a lot more? That's really basically it. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you keep reading, and hopefully by the time you watch this video, I would have finished this, and soon, maybe by the end of this month, I would have started reading Order of the Phoenix, which the edition I have, which is my partner's adult edition, it's about 900 pages. Help me!